5, Odessa is number 5.
Number 13.
Sorayım size haber vereyim. The aisle vent from your hand luggage in the overhead bin. Thank you for your cooperation. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and dear children. As is the last number, we would like to welcome you aboard this Turkish Airlines and Polish Airlines code-share flight. Our flight will be to Istanbul Atatürk International Airport with Airbus A321 aircraft. My name is Pelin Gerçek and I'm the cabin chief. We will be pleased to help you during the entire flight. For your safety, please make sure that your hand luggage is stored in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. Please fasten your seatbelt, put your seat back upright, close your tray table and open your window blind. All electronic devices must be disconnected from in-seat electrical power supply. Turn it off and safely installed. We would like to remind you that smoking of any kind of tobacco, including electronic cigarettes, is not served in the flight. We wish you a pleasant flight.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen and dear children. This is the captain speaking. I would like to give you some information about our flight. We are now flying at an altitude of 33,000 feet, which is approximately 10,000 meters. Today our route is via Romania and Bulgaria to Istanbul Atatürk Airport. If you don't have any delay, we are planning to land in Istanbul at 6:50 p.m. local time. According to the latest weather information we received, Istanbul is now partly cloudy and 29 degrees. We apologize for the delay. Thank you for your understanding. Have a nice flight.
Weather conditions at this altitude, please return to your seat.
Johnson and dear children, please keep your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. You may use your electronic devices. Please be careful while opening the overhead bin when the aircraft reaches its final parking position. We would like to say goodbye and hope to meet you again. As a member of Austria Alliance, thank you for flying with Turkish Airlines and World Polish Airlines Kosher Flight.
Lang bile bir o kadar.